March, we had the resignation of Scotland's longest-serving and first-ever female First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon. Now, Lewis, this was a bit of a shock, wasn't it? Because she felt invincible. Yeah, do you know what I mean? She felt like you just couldn't bring her down. And there she is, actually. Woman. I think she's shedding a tear, or maybe she's just no, probably not capable of that. But
well, girls do shed tears, and they do cry. That doesn't mean they're weak. Margaret Thatcher cried, and she was the greatest prime minister this country has ever had. I don't know if that's true. But
now, what do you think of that? I mean, particularly as that headline in the Daily Telegraph says, Sturgeon brought down by trans row. It was very. I mean, there were other issues, weren't there, going on with?
I don't think it was the trans row.
No, but it was. I think it was part of it.
I think. Can I just speak, Josh?
Yeah, sorry.
I think
it was a chink in her.
I can speak about this because my children are half Scottish, and I've spent a year of my life in Scotland.
Is their dad Scottish?
Festival. Their dad is not Scottish. Cheap like a Scots, but no, I don't believe that. But
go on.
But this woman, Nicola Sturgeon, I think I didn't like her.
No,
I didn't like her.
Well, very insightful.
And she was so. Well, that's the most important issue.
Yeah, but they loved her. That's the point. In Scotland, they absolutely adored her.
Not a lot of people. A lot of people.
No, they did. I mean, the thing about Lewis is it's very interesting because, you know, when Alex Salmond was in power, there was a real momentum towards the Scottish independence element. And, of course, so many people support the SNP for that single issue. They want an independent Scotland. They're nationalists, right?
But
then Nicola Sturgeon started sort of hooking on all of these other mad policies, like let's put men in women's prisons, male rapists in women's prisons,
or the COVID policies, which were way more insane,
much more strict. And she's seen a decline now in support for an independent Scotland. She's actually brought the whole ethos of the SNP backwards, right?
But I would say, I don't know if it's her as much as they've got close, they were in power, and they showed everybody that they were pretty useless. Yeah. So you have a failing NHS up there, failing educational system.
You know what we need up there? We need it not to be a one-party state.
Of course.
We need to have another party, or at least one other party, so that there is some kind of opposition, so that the SNP can't keep railroading through policies that the public do not want.
Well, that's probably what's going to happen with the next election.
Who are you, Andrew, to say what they should have up there?
I am the voice of the Scottish
everyman. He is a British person.
I am the voice of Scotland.
Because Bruce Devlin's your friend. So because of that.
So, and I performed at the Edinburgh Fringe on 10 different years.
So did I.
Yes, I did. I met you up there. You were nicer back then. You weren't so bitter.
He was fatter
I wasn't famous like I'm famous. You made me famous.
I think.
Remember how fat he was?
He was fat. When I first met him, he was. I wouldn't say fat. I wouldn't say corpulent or anything. I would say nicely plump. And the thing is, you
like him.
You were nicer when you were plump, and I think that's because you've become cocky because all these women online are sending you messages of desire, and you now it's gone to your head, and I can see it. You are now completely egotistical. You think you're some kind of sex symbol. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
That kind of that's what I'm talking about.